Literally proved him wrong. You did, let's be honest.
It's definitely different than when I was starting in 2020. There's more of a trust, more of a, that's our guy on the field, and that kind of thing. I think the thing that he probably respected the most was that, like, after the fumble, like, I went out there and ripped it. You got to be mentally tough. You got to be able to shake it. You got to have that grit or mental or inner fortitude to be able to go out there and say, all right, that's done. What are we going to do next? I imagine he respected that. And, what's the saying? History books are written by the winners or something like that. Winning a national championship helps every relationship, right?
How does being the clear QB1 impact your approach to leading and playing?
When JT was the guy going through fall camp, it's hard. Like, you can't go out there and act like you're QB1. You can lead in different ways, but not routes or, thoughts and all that stuff. Being the guy in the huddle, being the number one guy, it helped with the leadership and helped with conversations between us and me and the guys, just getting to know them a little bit better.
A lot of people wouldn't have came back, and a lot of people wouldn't have been that dogged in their determination to get to the top. Mm-hmm. And you did. That is just an amazing determination. I think
it's a little bit of stubbornness. I think more so than anything, almost.
So you think the secret is stubbornness?
I think so. Maybe just a little dash of stupidity, right? Obviously, people didn't think that I could do it. I guess somebody forgot to tell me that I wasn't going to be good enough because, I decided that I was going to be.
Wow. Listen, what a great conversation by Marty with Stetson. You learn a lot by what he is there. And I think, too, how can he not root for Stetson Bennett after hearing his heart and hearing what he's all about? Paul, what's at stake for Georgia in this game against Oregon tonight?
Well, everything if they lose, because the myth and the mystique, and I think Stetson Bennett's going to be right in the middle of that because he didn't have to come back. I mean, he could have left it a perfected Picasso on the canvas. He chose to do what athletes and competitors do. They want to keep going. I would have left it. I'd have cashed in. But
that's what you're
I know everybody else here would have kept going.
No, you're still here, right? After all your championships.
He tried to cash in once.
I did try once.
He tried once. We wouldn't let him go. Paul, you're stuck with us for life.
You are similar because you left like 1 year, like Stetson.
Yeah. Came back.
You came right back.
Go ahead, bro.
For me, it's going to be the question of I trust Georgia offensively this year. It's going to be defensively. How much different do they look? You lose 5 first-round draft picks, 1 on each level as well. So you lose a couple D linemen, you lose a linebacker and a safety. And knowing that this game's going to be in Atlanta, it's going to be just like a home game. How will the communication defensively go? You got first-time guys out there that have to be the first ones off the bus. You're no longer hiding behind your older brother. You got to be in the front. You got to be the first one off now. And knowing that the crowd's going to be loud, Tim brought it up, how hard it is, for the opposing offenses to get all the communications. When you're the defense, you have all the loud, the hype. You got to be able to communicate and be rock solid because that's the quickest way to give up a big play is blown coverage and by miscommunicating. They must be better and solid on that side, and that's where I'm looking to see where Georgia's at and how far they have actually taken a step back.
Think what's on the line tonight for the Pac-12 with Oregon and Utah. Right? You've got to get one of those games. If you don't get one, it's going to really, really hurt the conference. That's going to be fascinating. And then Stetson Bennett's against Dan Lanning. I love it. Dan knows Stetson. Yeah. Dan knows. He practiced against him every single day. Stetson knows Dan. He's going to know some of the schemes. I am so fascinated to watch that schematic and the audibles that are going to be called on both sides because Dan's going to know the strengths and the weaknesses, and so is Stetson.
I love Stetson Bennett. I hope he hears that. I mean, because when you sit in this chair, you can on one hand be critical and evaluate and say what you think about schemes and play, and on the other hand, I watched that dude. I would go to battle for him. Like if he was leading my 100%.
Great job, George.
So when he says things like, "Hey, when I fumbled, I think Kirby loved that I came out next play and I ripped it." He's going to keep coming out and ripping it. And they're going to need more from him, and he's going to deliver more. He's going to be better than he was last year. I just love him as a college football. He is what college football is about. So I hope you hear that, Stetson.
Stetson, that one's for you. And one of the things that Molly McGrath reported earlier on the show is that Kirby Smart's not backing down at all. In fact, more intense than he even was last year with the national championship team. Speaking of intense, or maybe the opposite of, depending on how you look at it, Marty and McGee over there with John Daly. We finally get Hillbilly headlines on SEC Nation. You guys, take it away.
This is definitely the poster segment for intensity, no question.
There's no question. We're going in and grave the Emmy. Now, by the way, speaking of intense, Look at this. I believe there's some John Daly specials right there. So
that's loudmouth.
That's right off the Loudmouth website.
Let me see. Throw those in here, man.
Red Sox deals. Yeah,
throw those in here.
I'm not going to lie, I'm drunk.
Is that my fault?
No, I had a few before that. But this is unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
You know, when a cop pulled me over, he said, "You've been drinking a little." One time I said, "No, I've been drinking a lot." But listen to this. Honest Florida man pulled over for speeding tells cops on himself.
Yeah.
An honest Florida man pulled over by police for speeding made the deputy's job so easy Sunday when he confessed he was driving drunk. The man identified as Joseph Beck, 27, was pulled over around 2:22 a.m. for alleged speeding and driving recklessly after he nearly hit a barrier in the middle of the road, according to an arrest report by Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. The officer said, well, they paced him at 47 miles per hour to 35. And WFLA reported, however, when deputies approached Beck, he said to have spontaneously told him, "I'm not going to lie to you, I'm drunk." The driver subsequently underwent sobriety tests, which gave away obvious signs of intoxication, such as an unsteady balance, glassy eyes, and overall poor performance.
That was a phenomenal performance. Yeah. I mean, they gave JD big words like spontaneously.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
And subsequently.
Yeah, not going to lie, I'm drunk.
All right, we're going to take her on over to Austin. That was worth the greatest hillbilly headline of all time, by the way. Austin, Texas, a meat thief stole 20 briskets from a famed Austin restaurant last week. An unidentified person broke into La Barbecue. I've been there.
20?
I've been to La Barbecue. Hell, I got drunk at La Barbecue one time.
20 briskets?
Thursday, August 4th, around 4 a.m., according to a Facebook post from the restaurant, KVUE spoke to the owner of La Barbecue, who said a man jumped a side fence, cut off barbecue pit locks, and loaded more than 20 full briskets into an SUV.
All right.
Quote, we're kind of speculating that he's been watching. You know, somebody that used to cook for us, possibly.
Yeah,
we haven't had a turnover in our house since we've been here, so it wouldn't be current. So that's also kind of strange that he knew, General Manager Allison Clem told Fox 7. One of my strongest guys back there, he can barely lift 10 briskets in a box, and the thief lifted them over his head. So I just really think it must have been well planned. Clem told Fox 7 the brisket seasoning and labor costs were about $3,000.
Okay.
And that's just for raw materials, not retail. Quote, I can only speculate he possibly works for a food truck or a restaurant. I don't know. Hell, he might even be throwing a party. I have no idea.
No, it's me. It's my brother. He went and picked him up. We're having a pool party Sunday. He's cooking everyone.
And you ain't going to lie.
I ain't going to lie.
You're drunk. Hey, I'm not going to lie. John Daly's not done yet. We're going to drag him over to the other stage to help us with our picks for this weekend. That is straight ahead. It's SEC Nation. It's just been elevated.
Hilarious,
by
bro.
hillbilly headlines.
Hilarious. You said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm drunk. That's my man. Where's mine? You didn't bring me in.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up here. Yep. Get free Wi-Fi now with streaming all flight long. We
Out of pressure, David, on that.
With expanded high-speed data across the world. So you're connected here, and here? Not yet. But down here, you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance on us. On the ground, in the air, or overseas, T-Mobile has coverage beyond the expected.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Welcome back to Bryant-Denny Stadium with expectations as high as ever. You got to make it happen. You understand? Yes, sir. It is rocking here at Kyle Field.
Welcome to Allstate, where the safer you drive, the more you save. Like Rachel here.
How am I looking?
The most cautious driver we got. Am I there? Looking good. Safe driving and DriveWise saves you 40% with Allstate.
Oh, yeah. Y'all really outdid yourselves this time.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We should have rescheduled.
They barely noticed.
Hon, they've noticed.
Baby, it's fine. I've already found a personal loan on Credit Karma, and I saw my rates and approval odds before I applied.
Oh.
Tell the roofers coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Couldn't get those roofers to come today, huh?
Find a loan up to $50,000 on Credit Karma.
Clothes so soft you'll forget where you are. For a second. Ooh, that's rough. Our 360 stretch underwear is flexible, even if you're not.
Coming to get your toes.
You got this.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Pocket is back for another year with Alyssa Lang and Andrea Carter. They'll take you inside the world of SEC sports with all the great laid-back interviews, lots of laughs, and Lang's signature passion for finding the best food the SEC has to offer. Wednesday at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right here on SEC Network and the ESPN app. Let's take a look at the coverage cam brought to you by T-Mobile. We are just about 11 minutes away from kickoff in College Station with Texas A&M able to kick the season off for them. We're going to see some warm-ups here as we see Anaya Smith on the field. He's out there getting ready with so many expectations for this A&M team. They're the 6th-ranked team, according to the AP poll, heading into the season. And there's a lot riding on that as you see Haynes King, the quarterback who was named the starting quarterback, on the field right now getting ready to go. Jimbo Fisher can be tough on his quarterbacks, but Haynes King has an excellent opportunity. We'll see what this A&M team is capable of. They are young, but they are talented. As I said, kickoff just minutes away. So let's bring in two of our SEC reporters. Alyssa Lang is in Oxford for the 4 p.m. SEC Network game, Troy against Ole Miss. Andrea Carter in College Station for this game at noon that's just about to kick off, Sam Houston State against Texas A&M. Alyssa, what's the latest with Ole Miss and their quarterback situation?
Thanks, Laura. Yeah, I think the biggest question surrounding this Ole Miss football team going into week 1 is who the starting quarterback's going to be. Now, reports over the last day or so out of Oxford have pointed towards Jackson Dart as being the first quarterback that we see